Hey, what is up, you guys? Okay, so here it is, the video that I've been talking about for like since February. The full moon. The full moon episode finally aired on Friday after us waiting for it. Um, Actually, it's been since November. That's when they released the teaser, "Look My Way," which actually did not end up being in the episode, which was kind of surprising. Um, so, wow. Um, Obviously, if you've not seen the episode yet, do not watch this. I'm going to be talking about it in great detail, a lot of spoilers, but I'm assuming you probably have. So, the prediction I made beforehand, which was the same prediction a lot of people made beforehand, um, ended up being completely and totally correct. Um, what happened what happened in the episode, and I'm just talking about the A plot. I'm not really talking about the B plot with the cherubs and the dorks. Um, Episode started out with an amazing duet between Stolas and Blitz, um, about them, seeing each other tonight for the full moon. Um, Stolas obviously being very nervous about it, and Blitz being just kind of like, "Yeah, we're gonna have sex." Um, Really, really got to see not only Bryce's vocals singing as Stolas, but we finally got to hear Brandon sing for the first time, and it was fantastic. Just excellent performance. Um, a lot of the episode, like the whole heartbreaking part of it, was literally only like the last 5 minutes of a 23-minute episode. The rest of it was just Blitz acknowledging that Stolas had been kind of blowing him off for the past couple of months, and now that they were finally getting together for the night, the whole episode was just him preparing for it, like getting um, candles, and like he went and saw Fizzarolli again, which was really cool to see, him friends with Fizzarolli, um, giving him a bunch of weird sex toys and shit. But so when Blitz finally goes to Stolas on the full moon, ready to, he do his thing and stuff like that. Uh, Stolas pretty much says to him, "Do you have the book?" And he goes, "I want the book back permanently." Um, and Blitz immediately he goes, "Whoa, what am I not? Am I not doing a good job with you? I can do better." And he goes, "No, you don't understand. Um, I want the book back, but I'm gonna give you, the Osmonian crystal." And he goes, "This will allow you to traverse freely into the human world to do your job. You are no longer bound to me. You do not have to have any obligation to me, but I want you to stay." And Blitz's immediate reaction is he thinks it's a joke, which is not surprising. Like, I know I appreciate the fact with the fan base that while a lot of people are, very upset for Stolas that this ended up going this way, that they're also understanding of Blitz, because Stolas drops all of this on him, and Blitz's first reaction is he thinks it's a joke, which is understandable since this is not the dynamic of their relationship. And all of a sudden, Stolas is being completely serious at all this shit. So Blitz's reaction is to think it's a joke, but unfortunately, the way that he words it is extremely hurtful to Stolas, because that's all Stolas has ever wanted to hear is for Blitz to love him. And he says it, but it's sarcastically. He goes, "Oh, okay, I get it. This is a new kind of role play. Okay, okay, okay. Here, let me try it on. Oh my God, Stolas, I love you so much." And it really hurts him a lot. And he goes, "You know what? I, 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 I get it. I don't have anything else to say to you." And when Blitz is like, "Wait a minute, you're serious?" He goes, and Stolas says to him, he goes, "Yeah, I have felt like this for you for such a long time, and the fact that your immediate reaction to it is to think it's a joke and it's about sex, that's all I really need to know." And while he does have a right to feel that way, that's really dropping a lot on Blitz, and not only expecting him to feel the same way, but to react the same way. And we get to hear some really, really phenomenal voice acting from Brandon when he goes, "Oh fuck you, Stolas," and he kicks the door, but he goes, "Would you just give me a fucking minute to to think about everything you just fucking dropped on me?" And while he's right there, he unfortunately then lets a lot of his hurt speak from that. And he goes, this is the way that you fucking rich pompous assholes always treat us because we're smaller than littler than you, and you're not gonna fucking disregard me. He goes, I'm not gonna let you, bitch. Let's go. Like he's ready to fight with him. And Stolas says, all he says to him, he goes, I think so highly of you, Blitz. I had no idea you thought so lowly of me. And teleports him outside of the palace before he can, he goes, he Stolas, I'm sorry. And as soon as he says that, he's just outside of the palace. He goes, what the fuck? And it ends the episode with no ending music, just dead silence, just to, now that they've stabbed everybody, we can just twist the knife. And I just was kind of watching my mouth hanging open, like, I have the same feeling. I know a lot of people may have different feelings, but I have a feeling of where they were both right and they're both wrong. It was completely wrong for Stolas to expect Blitz to not only feel the same way, but to take it seriously, take it the same way. That was really, he's sure of his own feelings, but he wasn't giving Blitz even a second to let it settle in and breathe. Like he literally was just, he wanted that immediately, and that's where he was wrong. So he had a right to be hurt, but he handled it completely poorly. And then for Blitz to say to him, I'm not going to allow you to dismiss me, and then he makes him leave. He literally just dismissed him. You just did what he said I'm not okay with. And where Blitz was completely wrong, it was not taking it as a joke. I know everybody wants to jump on the Stolas train and be like, oh, why didn't you get it? Because that's not their relationship. And once he realized he was serious, he had a right to express his hurt, or being like, you're not even giving me a second to think this. But for him to then go off and call him a rich pompous asshole, and to act like Stolas was dismissing him or treating him that he was lower than him, that wasn't anything that Stolas said to him at all. He was literally saying, I don't want to have a contractual relationship with you, but I do care about you anyways, so please stay anyways. He did not do anything that Blitz had said. So Stolas was right to feel hurt, as saying, I think so highly of you, I didn't know you think so lowly of me, because it was just such a thing to say. I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing that the next episode, which is called the Apology Tour, will probably be in relation to this. We have seen a couple of clips in the trailer of him talking to his mother, which means we're probably going to get to see a little bit of her, and then a clip of him saying, I don't remember the exact wording, but it's something where he goes, I just hurt everyone around me. So it's like, I think the next episode is going to continue on from this one. I don't think they're going to jump to something else, because there's 2 more episodes after this. It's going to be Ghost Fuckers and Sinsmiths. As I understand, the Ghost Fuckers episode is supposed to be that's going to be like a Millie Sally Mae episode, I believe, or just a specific Millie episode. So I don't think they're going to do this episode and then skip it and continue. I think the Apology Tour is going to be this. I want to believe, with the good writing of the show, that it's not just going to be Blitz having to go apologize to Stolas completely. I hope that they allow that they have Stolas take some responsibility for the fact that he just dropped a bombshell on him and then did not even give him a second to take a breath, and then dismissed him. So there has to be some kind of responsibility held on that, which I feel they will. The show is not that two-dimensional. But yeah, like it's funny. It's like we all knew this was going to be bad, and the whole fan base was like, full moon, stop, oh, it's going to be today. And we were like pissed off that it was being delayed. And then the episode comes out and we're all like, why did you do that to us? Like, we knew it was going to be bad. Brandon openly said, this one is going to be upsetting. Get ready to cry, you fuckers. Like, he literally warned people. Which, by the way, a little side note right now for anybody, those of you who are watching who are big fans of Brandon. I follow him on Instagram, and I've been following him these past couple days. I felt horrible seeing him be so sick these past couple days, going to conventions, stuff like that. And I was talking to my best friend, and he was like, oh, did you see that brand that's really sad? Looks like he has the flu. I said, that's not the flu, that's food poisoning. And he goes, how can you tell? And I'm like, as somebody with chronic pain, as somebody who just knows suffering, there's just this shitty, weak, sweaty, but extremely determined way that people have when they have food poisoning. And I'm like, I could just see that on his face. Plus, I've also listened to his podcast when he is sick and has the flu, and he doesn't sound like that. He has this weird, delirious way of sounding. He just sounded like he was trying not to die. And then later on that night, he posted a thing on Instagram saying, food poisoning. I'm like, fucking called it. But then later on, he comments that on these days that he was eating absolutely nothing, he was just popping ibuprofen like candy. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I guess that's why I was throwing up blood. It's pretty badass. And I'm like, I have like sometimes this motherly way about me I can't control, that sometimes like I'll see a post from him of something he does, and I can't control it. I just go, Brandon, honey, just, and that was my immediate reaction when I saw that. I was like, Brandon, sweetie, God, honey, God damn it. It's just, you're like one of the smartest people around, and that's so stupid. But anyway, just so, really, really hoping that we have the same situation as we did way back in the wintertime, where Brandon had a booth at SAC Anime. I am really, really hoping he will have one at the upcoming SAC Anime. I don't have a guarantee of it yet, but it would make sense since the entire Has-Been Hotel cast is going to be there, including Viv, who he is close friends with. And lately I've been seeing him having his own individual booth at a lot of cons when it really wasn't a Helluva Boss theme thing. Plus, our con coming up is the 20th anniversary. It's going to be a big party. So it would be kind of interesting for him to... If he were to not come, it would mean that he would be booking at a con with a smaller cast because all the other people he would normally be with would be over here. So it would be kind of weird for him not to come, but just... Last time he announced it like 2 months before the con, so hopefully like this month or next month. I hope I could just have high hopes, could just have high hopes. But I am praying for the day that I open up Instagram, because that's where I follow SAC Anime on there, and it'll just be like, SAC Anime welcomes Brandon Rogers. I'm like, yes! Because, like I know I had mentioned in another video, apparently, after all the conventions that he's done and all of the thousands and thousands of fans that he's met, when he was asked about a con experience that he remembered, he fucking mentioned me and my best friend getting our butts signed and tattooed by him. So we're special. He remembers us, which is that's a pretty big honor. That's pretty cool. Anyways, so yeah, the prediction for the full moon was exactly correct. It was just as beautiful and as heartbreaking as I thought it was going to be, that we all thought it was going to be. If you haven't seen it, go take a look. It got like 100,000 views in the first 10 minutes. So, like, yeah, go check it out. Probably the next video I'm going to do, I may be in San Francisco. Yeah, unless is there another? I'm trying to think there's another holiday coming up or something. Not that I can think of. So yeah, probably the next video will be in San Francisco. But yeah, so there it is, the big full moon. My big full moon video. Way to go, you guys! It was awesome. It was beautiful, and yeah, absolutely. I will see you guys next time. I can't even do a peace sign right now. I'm so out of it. There we.